Hello and welcome to ALDER'S Blood. This is a tactical stealth RPG action strategy game. Yeah, it's actually kind of crazy how many different elements this game has. This is based in a sort of Lovecraftian universe as well. And if you love squad-based strategy and management and crafting with RPG elements thrown in, you're definitely going to like this. Let's start a new game, and we're going to be playing with Iron Man option enabled, and we're just going to start the campaign.
Is there a crime more reviled than the slaughter of kin? What about the slaughter of a god? The rotting corpse of our father curses these lands. It must be done. I will reckon with the consequences in time. Finally, my search leads me to a hilltop riddled with shrines. The crown. This is where it all ends. At last, the crown is in sight. My journey's end draws near. Just a stretch more road to take, along with the lives of the last few creatures she hides. Then we shall rest, Father. Then we shall have peace.
Now, this is giving us a little bit of a tutorial here, and I'm going to go through the tutorial just literally because there are a bunch of relatively complicated mechanics included in the game, and among those there is smell, and there is also like hearing and things like that, because obviously the stealth element in the game is very much prevalent, and you are going to need to be very careful about not getting detected too easily, otherwise things are going to get messy, yes. Anyway, so to move Duke, select any space within his standard movement range represented by the white outline, very much standard in the case of strategy games. As you can see, that is the white outline. Now bear in mind that if I were to decide to move a little bit more and a little bit further than the white outline, then it would start to consume the white little pips underneath Duke's HP. And the white little pips are actually represented as stamina, and every single time you move further, as you can see right here, you use more and more and more stamina. So for example, if I wanted to move all the way over there, it would cost me 3 stamina. Now every single turn, quote unquote, you do restore stamina, but it is a little bit, not entirely sure when it actually happens, whether it is actually every turn or every other turn. Not too sure about that just yet, but we'll find out.
It would be wise to avoid unwanted attention. These patches of tall grass should conceal me well enough.
Moving within the tall grass or bushes will grant Duke concealment and screen him from enemy sight. The cursor will change color when highlighting terrain granting concealment. Only silent actions done within concealment will keep the hunter hidden. Smart use of concealment will help hunters facing overwhelming odds. Moving into the bushes will require Duke to move further than his movement stat would allow. This is the extra movement range, which is actually what I just explained to you beforehand. And every single time you do this, it is going to consume a little bit of stamina. And hunters with more stamina will obviously be better at using this. So as you can see, there's actually already an enemy over there. And we're going to be, as you can see from the little purple light, we are going to be concealed as a result of that. And what's really cool about this game is that they basically make it so that, I don't know whether you can see these little pips, little dots on the floor, but basically every single one of those, including, basically every single one of those color-coded to make it as easy as possible to know exactly where you want to go and what you want to do.
One clean shot should put the creature down, albeit loudly. I pray none of its allies lurk nearby.
To initiate ranged combat, select the corresponding ability on the ability bar. This opens a targeting menu which highlights available targets that are within range and are visible to the shooter. Now what's amazing about this game is that basically, as you see here, hunters are specially adapted to all forms of combat. Any shot a hunter is capable of making will never miss. Now personally, I find that very refreshing, because a lot of games similar to this will have an RNG element in this kind of way. And I personally really like the fact that every single shot you take is gonna hit. because there are, well, there's many different ways and reasons that you will mess up, and you don't need to miss your shot for that to be tense and kind of nerve-wracking. And as you can see, be aware that most ranged weapons are loud and can alert enemies within the sound radius of your position. So there is a sound radius dependent on what you choose to attack with. So for example, you can see here the sound distance is 7. So I would assume within 7 of our shot, if there's another enemy around us, they're going to hear it. And then they're going to go and investigate, and that's going to be kind of harsh. And now we can move again by using 1 additional stamina, or 10 in this case.
Curses. The wind wheels against me. Any closer and this brute will catch my scent. Perhaps, if I'm swift, I can make enough ground to shake the trail before he finds it.
When moving your hunter, keep in mind the wind direction. As I said, there is a scent meter, and indeed, enemies will be able to smell you. And it is always best to stay downwind of your prey. Any monster who discovers a hunter's scent will become alerted and will investigate its source. Now, the great thing about this is that because this is technically a turn-based game, it may not seem like it right now, but it kind of is, because every single time you end your turn, then the enemies get to move, and then you get to move, and so on and so forth. But here's the thing, if you have a huge amount of stamina with one particular hunter, which is what we have here with Duke, then he's going to be able to move as much as his stamina allows. And let me tell you, later on, hunters that you get initially, they're not going to have as much stamina as he does. He's a very special case. But I would assume that as time goes on and as you continue to level up your various hunters, they will start to gain stamina as a result. So let's move over there to the highlighted node.
Another one. Could it be they're drawn to your corpse? No matter. These beasts are simple. A thrown pebble would distract them enough to sneak past.
And here we go. This is more of the stealth direction that the game is going in. So basically you could just throw a pebble and it will distract an opponent for 1 turn as far as I'm aware. So let's do it. There's a pebble. Let's throw it over there. As you can see, he's going to get a little bit distracted, and then we will be able to sneak on by. And that's the thing. You don't necessarily need to attack every single enemy in the game. You can sneak past them, but obviously you're going to have to be then careful if you do run into another one and, use a loud ability of some kind, then they might sense where you are and then murder you. Anyway, a moment to catch my breath. Who knows what I will face the closer to the summit I get. Alright, so now we can actually end our turn. So we're in a relatively safe place right now. We have 0 stamina, and I don't think we're going to be attacked. Now the enemy will start to move, as you can see, that one down there, because of course we moved through that area and he caught scent of us. He's going to be investigating that small little area there, but thankfully we're no longer there, so obviously he's not going to find anything. And that one is also investigating the pebbles. And now it is our turn once again, and we're going to be gaining back all of our stamina by the looks of things.
It's clearing swarms with fiends. Perhaps a quiet approach is ideal. I should ready my blade before moving in.
Hunters can carry 2 weapons, 1 large weapon and a sidearm. You can switch between weapons at any time with no cost. Equipping hunters with a variety of weapons will allow for more unique solutions, offering a larger choice of damage types to combat monster resistances and weaknesses. So, thankfully, because Duke is very well prepared for this particular tutorial, he has brought along a wonderful sword.
Ah, a fine opening for my rapier. I should press the advantage while its back is exposed.
To initiate melee combat, select the corresponding ability on the ability bar. Choose the node the hunter should attack from within range of the enemy, and then choose a direction for the attack. Attacks will drain stamina, so be sure you have enough before you attack. Attacking unaware enemies, which is, here's the key thing here, unaware, from behind with a small weapon will result in a backstab. Backstabs immediately enter, or backstabbed enemies, shall we say, immediately enter a knocked down state, lose all of their stamina, and are vulnerable to banishing. Alright, so that's a very, very key thing to bear in mind here. Staying undetected is very important, and you'll see exactly why that is in just a second. So let's do this. So as you can see, I can decide which direction my attack is going to go in. So if there's an enemy over here, then obviously I'll attack over there. But as it is right now, there's the enemy, so let's attack.
My ambush has brought the beast to its knees. It is vulnerable to banishing. Not the most elegant solution, but I have little choice.
And that's exactly what I was talking about. Banishing. Banishing is basically an instant kill, pretty much, but you have to make sure that your enemy is knocked down before you can use it. And it does drain, as you see here, 3 chunks of stamina, which is really kind of insane. But if you can remove an enemy, then it's a really, really good idea. So now we can use that. Instantly kill knocked down target.
Ugh, my skin crawls. Such rituals invoke the darkness too intimately for my liking. But the deed is done, and my destination is close at hand.
Alright, so let's move on. It's going to take 2 stamina.
Finally, the summit. I'm here at long last, Father. Now where are...
Greetings, Hunter. Welcome to the world of ALDER'S blood. You will play as Chief, a leader of a small hunting company, with the very lives of the men and women who call your company home are yours to manage. It was 3 months ago. Duke left, suddenly, without word, note, or warning. We don't know why, but we know this land is cruel. He won't make it far on his own, and I won't lose him now. For weeks we've stalked his tracks, and they led us to the desolate hill in the Exile's wastes. A place called the Crown. What did Duke hope to find here, other than a pile of weathered stones?
Chief?
Should we set up a camp here, Chief? Yes, but send Renoir on lookout duty. We are strangers in the wastes, and we don't need any surprises. How's Hugo?
Damn it.
Not good, Chief. The corruption spreads within him, but he's still with us. Keep an eye on him for me, okay?
Aye, aye.
Will do, Chief. The selection of hunters within your caravan are capable of traveling the land through various regions. Right now, your caravan finds itself in the Exile's Wastes region. With dusk approaching, it is best that you set up camp by clicking on the camp button in the left bottom corner of the screen. Alright, so there are a huge amount of different things that you need to take into account. Now, you can see here, we have a variety of different resources: silver, food very important, hunting materials, mechanical parts, ritual ingredients, and crafting points. Crafting points are going to be very important later on as well when you retrieve items that are, shall we say, not exactly in the best condition, and you can actually go and have one of your hunters repair it or craft something or whatever the case may be. You'll see exactly what I mean once we go into the camp. While camping, you'll have an opportunity to manage camp tasks. There are several activities that your hunters can be instructed to do, from guarding, resource scavenging, crafting, or recovering their wounds. To view and change them, visit the jobs board. So, as you can see right here, we have 4 hunters, and hopefully we'll be able to use them to the best effect. So, camping tasks. This is the jobs board. Basically, you just choose what they want to do in that particular day when you're resting, and you can see here that we have 4 different options: guarding, scavenging, crafting, and resting. Now, they recommend for the tutorial to just go with Renoir on guard and everyone else on rest, and I'm perfectly happy to do that, so we'll just confirm it. And then we will wait a day. And there we have it. And now, of course, because we have waited a day, food gets reduced because everyone is, of course, eating. Every single hunter, as far as I'm aware, consumes 5 food no matter what action you take. So if you are moving on the world map, which I think we're about to
Ready,
see,
sir.
maybe. Everyone is up and ready, Chief. Good. Get them saddled. We will leave for the crown at once.
Aye, aye.
Do you think Duke could still be there? I hope against all hope, my friend. Alright, so now we are going to embark, and this is the world map. And it is possible to select the next destination for the caravan by clicking on a region. Our efforts tracking Duke has suggested he made his way to the crown. This will be our next destination. Simply select it to begin our journey. Keep in mind that traveling takes time. A journey to neighboring regions will take 1 day. So you can see here, it's actually a pretty large map, considering what you're going to be doing most of the time. It is actually pretty massive. There are side quests as well. As far as I'm aware, the main story alone, if you completely skip every single other side quest, will take you 10 hours to complete. But if you complete every single side quest or do quite a few side quests, you're going to get up to 40 hours, maybe even more, gameplay out of this game. So that's looking pretty good, to be honest. That's looking pretty good. Anyway, let's move on, and it's going to take 20 food. As I said before, most actions will take 5 food per hunter. Alright, yes, they will consume 20 food during the travel. Ah, so there's Duke. Aye, Duke.
Chief.
What? Who? It's me, Chief. You, by the father, what happened to you? Ethan, Maxwell, get under his arms. We've got to get him out of here. So tired. Horrors unceasing. I can't do his voice. And a few hours later. Oh well, let's see if we got him out of there. Hopefully we did. It was hard to look at a hollow shell the Duke has become. Once the greatest of our kin, now a broken, blind man. What horror did he face that put him in such condition, and we let him ride here alone?
Chief.
I have to say, I'm impressed, Chief. How did you find me all the way out here? Why did you leave, Duke?
Yes.
Hasn't anyone ever told you it's unkind to answer a question with a question? Yes, you did, but we could have helped you. Why did you go alone?
No.
No, Chief, you couldn't have helped me. You are not ready. What do you mean?
I don't think so.
You are bound by your loyalties, your responsibilities, duties, to protect the humans who despise us and defend a world that plots against us. Tell me, Chief, has it ever dawned on you that we might hold a higher purpose? Our old duties were but a distraction.
Master Hunters!
Help, help, Master Hunters, please, come quick. They are almost upon us. Charles, what is it? Speak clear, boy.
Beasts!
Beasts have attacked the Inn King's Rest near the crossroads. Go, brother. Your duties await you. You're coming with me. Huh. And what use am I in this sorry state? Not story here. Story state. I would have said that. You are a part of this family whether you like it or not, and I won't leave behind my own.
Dear sirs!
Sirs, please, we need to hurry. Lead the way, boy. Alright, so we're going to be consuming some additional food as well. And now we also have unwelcome guests. Welcome to the mission briefing. Within this screen, you'll find the details for the next mission, its objective, and possible rewards. On the right, you can change the hunters that will take part in this mission. You can also quickly access the equipment of your hunters and change their gear. When you're ready to take on the mission, click the Start Mission button. So you can see here, you can change their equipment however you so desire. Apparently, we are taking 3 hunters, and we can change his equipment if we so desire. So you can see here, the more experience your hunters collect, the higher likelihood that their stats may change. And you can see here that they are each capable of equipping a large weapon in the primary slot and smaller sidearms in the secondary slot. So as it said earlier on when we were being taught the backstab mechanic, small weapons or secondary smaller sidearms are going to be able to do the backstabbing attack. In order to stay silent and nimble, hunters make use of charms instead of armor. Charms are small trinkets that can effect a great change to the hunter's statistics and or resistances. As hunters level up, they gain more charms slots. An equipped charm cannot be unequipped, but you can change it for a different one. Keep in mind that you will lose the original charms in the process, so you have to be very careful about what you're doing with these charms, otherwise you're going to waste them. Anyway, Items turn an average hunter into a well-prepared one. Items are tools that hunters can use on the hunt. They vary from medical supplies to throwing knives. Alright, there you go. Very, very interesting, very useful. As you can see, this guy has a bunch of hunting nets. He has no charms, but we do have a couple of charms that are available here. I don't exactly know what each of these even do. Can I not see? It doesn't seem like they want to tell me what they do, which is a bit of a shame, but oh well, never mind. So this guy actually can eat this to restore 20 health, which is actually kind of nice. This guy has throwing knives, and this guy has an antidote which he can administer to cure poison. We also have a small weapon available there, so if we wanted to, we could give that to someone, but we already have hunter's knives on everyone, basically. What about anything else? No, it seems like that's absolutely fine. I could equip the charms. I guess I will. There we go. We can actually see what it does like this. Okay, so this actually gives us increased movement. This gives us increased health, and this gives us -1 smell range. Okay, personally, I don't think I really care too much about that, so I'm just going to equip all of them with some charms, and then hopefully that will help us out quite a bit. So unfortunately, this guy's corruption is rising. I'm not entirely sure if that's gonna if that's gonna be too good, but we're gonna start the mission and we'll see how we do. The beasts are attacking the gate. You need to help everyone, quickly. Boy, we will not throw our lives away with a frontal assault. The beasts are many and we are but few. Target and kill the pack leaders. The rest will disperse. Alright, that's what we're going to try. See these big ones? These are the ones we need to take care of. Its back is exposed, but the Shrieker there is looking. Yeah, so as you can see, there's the Shrieker. So basically, the Shrieker, as you see here, it actually alerts nearby enemies to your presence. So if you don't take out the Shrieker, bad things are going to happen. Getting spotted by a monster triggers a reaction. Exposed hunters will immediately stop and will have to take the consequences of the action. So for example, if you do get seen, it is going to literally give the enemy a free attack, and you're going to be in trouble. Use pebbles to change the monster's direction and approach targets from behind. Indicators under monster's feet show their status, so you can see white, yellow, red. Anything but white is a little bit worrying, but little arrows show the way the monster is looking as well, as you can see on the floor there. Backstab with a small weapon will knock the monster down, which is exactly what we want to do. So, yeah, let's see. Let's actually see what we can do here. So I actually can't throw that far. As you can see, my pebble throwing ability is absolutely useless. So I think what we're gonna do is I'm gonna throw a pebble like this. And there you go. So that now is looking the other way, which is actually perfect for us, because that means that I might be able, maybe with this guy, might be able to get over there. And where's my secondary? There's my secondary guy. So I'm going to equip this, and then we might be able to attack him. There we go. Okay, so he's actually afflicted with bleeding now as well, which is really, really good. Unfortunately, banish, we don't have enough stamina points to be able to do that. I wonder whether we can actually banish with our other characters here. Because if we can't, that's going to be a bit worrying. I'm going to attack this guy as well. There we go, just to knock them both down. And then, yeah, that guy does have banish as well. So we're going to move over here and hopefully banish. Yep, there we go. So we can banish this thing. And as you can see, it's got 160 HP. That's a lot, you know. That's a lot of HP for this early on in the game. And considering we only do 40 damage per attack, being able to instantly kill something is really, really important. There you go. All right, now we need to look for another one, but where is he? Alright, so yeah, of course I could have technically taken out that brawler without spooking the Shrieker whatsoever, but I decided that I would because of unknown reasons. I just wanted to be really sure, basically. But there you go. Okay, so now Renoir has actually run out of stamina. And this is a bad thing. Him running out of stamina is pretty bad because that means that he is completely defenseless. Yeah, completely defenseless. So that's not particularly good. This guy can't actually move either. So we're just going to wait until the next turn. And you can see which way the wind is blowing as well. So we need to stay downwind of enemies. And as you can see, it's now our turn. This guy is restoring his stamina. This guy's restoring his stamina. But Renoir, unfortunately, because he has used all of his stamina, will be unable to move for a couple of turns, which is a pretty bad thing, you know. It's pretty bad to be completely defenseless, of course. So let's just continue to move, and we'll see. Okay, there is actually a Shrieker over here. Right. So we probably want to do something about that. Let's move... I don't really want to... I guess we could move him over here. There's another Shrieker as well. Wow, there's actually a lot of Shriekers in the area. But what we're going to have to do is just stay very calm, be very cautious, because as you can see, they actually do move. You know, they're not just stationary targets looking in the same direction again and again, you know. It's not that way. And there you go. Renoir is now back up on his feet, and we can actually start moving him. So I am going to do that, and we're going to move him probably all the way over there. There we go. And now, theoretically, what we can do is we can just literally attack. That's the thing. That's the funny thing about this. I don't even need to attack, technically. Basically, what I could do is just run by without any care in the world, and I wouldn't have to worry about killing them. I could just sneak by, basically. But personally, I feel a little bit safer if we actually do kill them. And there you go, that's easy enough. And we're not gonna make the same mistake again with our forces running out of stamina completely. I just wanted to show you that that was a thing. So if you do run out of stamina completely, then all of your guys are going to be, well, that particular guy is going to be very, very defenseless indeed. It seems like the wind has changed. There we go, there we go. The wind has now gone like this. This is actually fantastic because the wind going to the left right here is going to give us all the chances in the world of basically achieving what we want to do. Technically, I could... Oh, yeah, by the way, the previous time that I actually played this level, it was completely different. So I think it might actually be randomly generated levels. I'm not entirely sure about that, so don't quote me on it, but it seems to me that that is the case. Because I seem to think that this is quite different from what I did last time. So anyway, let me move over here. Don't get seen now, Renoir. I would not appreciate it. Okay, so look, there's the other brawler right there. We're going to have to be pretty careful about this. Okay, so let's move over in this direction. There we go. I'm just going to go next turn just to see what the enemies decide to do. If the wind changes direction towards our opponent, they're going to become aware of our position, which would be really bad. Okay. So cool thing is, this guy's facing away. We should be able to kill the young brawler very easily indeed. So what we're going to do is I'll take Maxwell. Oh, no, he can't do it. Can he? No, that's not good, you see. That is not good, because what we will have a problem with then... Actually, this might work. Let's try it, shall we? Let's try it. Okay. Okay, knocked down. Perfect. And now I can take Renoir and we can put him over here, and then he can do an instant kill. Well done. With the pack leaders slain, the rest of the pack will surely disperse. And there you go. Our mission is successful. So basically it is all about completing your objective, and it doesn't even matter whether you kill a large amount of units or a small amount of units. I don't think that really matters. Anyway, hunters' role in this world is to protect mankind, but a little gratitude for their efforts is always welcome. Your hunting party may receive items, weapons, charms, or resources as a reward for completing missions and quests. Mission rewards can be previewed in the mission briefing view. Hover over the symbol to see the details. So you can see here that they all gained a decent amount of experience. If they go on one more mission, then they will gain level 2. And as you can see, we have actually gained blueprints for Hunter's Pistol, Hunting Net, and double-barreled shotgun. That's going to be very important for us in the future to have some ranged weapons to be able to use those. With the last brawler dead, the rest of the monsters run away as expected. Soon after, the inn's gate opens up, and we were greeted at a gate by a woman with a shotgun in her hands. By the looks of it, it was not the first time she had to use it, and she wasn't happy about it. This is going to be interesting.
Finally,
someone with a head on his shoulders. Please, take this. I won't be needing it anymore. Thank you, Ms. Oh, just call me Ruth. Wait, is that Duke?
My lady.
Hello, Ruth. You two know each other?
Yes.
Indeed, Ruth has been a friend for many moons, patched my wounds a time or two. Oh, so Ruth is a friend now, is she? The way I'd tell it, I play more the savior, watching you crawl your way back from every hunt more beaten than the last. Tell me, friend, where did the wind take you this time? Running about the wilds with no word to your allies? Thank you, Hunter, for bringing this fool back to me. Please rest your legs here a bit. I need a moment to bandage Duke. I dare say he looks worse than I would have imagined. The floorboards creak as Ruth helps Duke limp out of sight. After a moment, their footsteps pause. Ruth screams, "What do you mean you can't see?" I knew Duke for years, but after all that happened today, I feel like he's a stranger to me. Did he keep it all a secret from me, or was it me not asking? And most importantly, what should I do next? So, Ruth gave us a double-barreled shotgun. Unfortunately, it's damaged, so you can now use this opportunity to visit the crafting wagon and repair it. And there's also more to do there than just fixing the shotgun, so why don't you give it a try? So, there you go. That is a brief look at Alder's Blood. If you would like to see more from me and this game, then by all means let me know. But otherwise, if you would like to check out the game, there is a link in the description. It will be released later on in 2020 in Q1. I have no more specific information than that. I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.